Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We are going to start with reading module, and this reading test is going to enable you for the difficult reading tests, especially in academic. Whenever you start reading, the first thing is you need to read the title of the passage. So please come. What's the title? New cycle path to Marshbrook Country Park. So there is a park and they have made a cycle path to that park. To the park means in order to go to the park, now you can go by bicycle. So they have made a cycle path. Now I want you to imagine a park, to imagine a bicycle, to imagine a bicycle path, a track for bicycle. So this is how you will understand the situation better. After reading the topic, you will come to questions. Now please come to questions. Questions 1 to 7, which paragraph mentions the following? We call it which paragraph contains the following information. Now you guys can see the passage is not very long. There are 5 or 6 paragraphs. And how many questions are there? 7. It means for one paragraph there is one question. So in this case, it's a good idea to skim read the paragraph and then you can come towards the questions and you will find the answer. Now let me tell you, there are 3 important reading skills that you need to have for Ielts. Number 1, reading comprehension. What is reading comprehension? Whatever you read, you understand. If you read a sentence or a paragraph, you understand what it means. If your reading comprehension is weak and you are trying to get good band score in Ielts, you are fighting a losing battle. You will not be able to do that. So how to improve reading comprehension? In your mobile, there can be a dictionary from English into your native language or English into English. Whenever you come across a new word, underline the word, go to your mobile, search the word, check the meaning of the word, write it down there. This is how gradually when you improve your vocabulary, you will be able to understand. And if you read a paragraph and you don't understand that, and then you say I cannot get more than 15 correct answers, then you are not to be blamed. It's your reading comprehension. Comprehension means what you understand from comprehend. So you should improve your reading skill. And for that, you can do one thing. From any Cambridge IELTS book, try to translate 6 to 8 passages. Translate from English into your mother tongue. But for actual exam, you will have to understand the passages in English into English. Because there you will not have time to read it like this, something in English and then translate into Urdu. So you will not have time for that. For this reason, I would also advise you to download English into English dictionary. Don't even use language 1. Try to learn language 2 English into English. So for that you can have this dictionary. So the first thing is reading comprehension. Second, scanning. What is scanning? When you scan, you don't read. You're just looking for a word, looking for a phrase, or you're looking for some piece of information which is in the passage. When you scan, you are very fast. Sometimes we do wavy scanning. What is wavy scanning? If there is a paragraph, you move your pencil like this in order to find a word, in order to find a phrase, in order to find the name of a person. Sometimes we do scanning across the paragraph. If this is the paragraph, you go from top to bottom, then here, bottom, then one line in the middle and like this because you're looking for a specific word. First question will take more time to find the answer if it is type A. Type A is where questions and answers are in order. And the rest of the questions, they will take less time. And most of the question type we have in IELTS, they are type A. Only 2 to 3 are type B. Number 1, list of headings. And number 2, which paragraph contains the following information. They are type B. Type B means questions and answers are not in order in the passage. Otherwise, they are type A. And in order to do 40 questions, you have to read 40 lines in the passage. In passages, you have to read only 40 lines, 40 sentences. So, I mean, if I give you 40 lines, 40 questions, you can do it like this. But when those 40 lines are in the passage, and if your scanning is weak, if your skimming is weak, if your reading comprehension is weak, then it is going to be difficult for you. Along with scanning, we have skimming. Skimming is quick reading You skim read something means you quickly read it and you get to the gist or you get to the main idea. And make it a habit whenever you quick read anything, underline important words. You know we have parts of speech. Parts of speech. So out of all those parts of speech, 3 words are extremely important. Number 1, verb. Number 2, noun. Number 3, adjective. So these 3 words, for example, if I say, I would like to drink a glass of water, it's a complete sentence. I would like to drink a glass of water. If I say, I need water, you can understand. If I say, I drink water, you understand. And if only I say, excuse me, water. Excuse me, water, person will understand. So in the same way, you need to see the function of the word. Sometimes the function word is noun. Sometimes the function word is adjective. Sometimes the function word is a verb. So if you understand noun, verb, adjective, you will understand most of these things. And the language is going to be technical in academic reading, so you need to do a lot of practice. Okay, reading needs more time. Reading takes time to develop also. Anyways, now let's make a start. Paragraph A. All of you please come to paragraph A. A new dual-purpose cycle and pedestrian route has been built from Atherton bus station to Country Park's main entrance. What are they telling us? They are telling us that there is a new cycle route they have built, and from this place to another one. So what is this? This is a sort of route of that. And we are skim reading. We will not go to the questions now. Wait. It avoids, please put it on mute. It avoids the main road into Atherton on the south side and keeps mainly to less busy roads. Okay. Once the path leaves the build-up area, it goes through countryside until it reaches Marshbrook. Okay. Now we come to questions, and there is one thing we call it retention. Retention is what you read, you have to retain it for some time, for few seconds, for half minute, for 45 seconds. Retain means now whatever we've read here. And if you read and visualize what you read, then information will store here. Because brain stores images. Brain stores images. Brain does not store the language. For example, if I ask you a question and see how does your brain process this information. What's the color of the main gate of your house? Tell me. Yeah, see, first you are producing the image of your main door. And then you see the color over there and all. If I ask you same question, what did you eat for breakfast yesterday? Yeah, so you are making the image of paratha and egg and all that, huh? You killed a life without coming to this world by eating egg. Okay, just joking. So your brain processes through images. So if you read and imagine, if you read and visualize, you can keep it to yourself. Now, please come to questions. Okay, now listen. This time you will read all the questions and you will underline 1 to 2 important words in the questions. Question number 1. What still needs to be done? Underline still needs to be done. What does it mean? Something is incomplete. What still needs to be done? Something is missing. Something is incomplete. Question number 2. And whenever you read the questions, never, in reading, never read article. And, the, some, any, these words you should not read. Okay. Question number 2. Original suggestion for creating the path. Original suggestion. Who gave this suggestion that a path should be created? So underline original suggestion for creating path. Question number 3. Reason why path opened early. It opened early. For example, if they were expecting it in 6 months' time, it was made in 4 months' time. So reason. They will tell us in one paragraph that this is the reason why path opened early. Question number 4. People who no longer need to get to park by car. Now they will tell us about the people who don't need to go to the park by car. Right? Question number 5. Route of the path. Does it ring a bell? Route of the path, and they have mentioned from Atherton bus station to the Country Park's main entrance. Now what is this? This is the route of the path. So for question number 5, what will be the answer? A. Now when you find the answer of one question where they have written 5, number 5, please cross number 5. You know why? Because you will not read it second time. If you don't cross it, you will read it again and again and again. Now we will not read question number 5. Some paragraphs may contain one answer. Some paragraphs may contain 2 answers. Some paragraphs even may contain 3 answers, and some paragraphs will contain no answer as well. Okay. Now let's read on. Question number 6. Length of the path. Very simple. Kilometers. A paragraph where they use kilometers, meters and all that. And 7 is who paid for the path. Who paid for the path means funding. Now please come back to paragraph B. Funding for the cycle path. See that? It's just come. Paragraph B. Funding for the cycle path has become largely from the country and town councils. So, which question? Who paid for the path? Clear? Because they mentioned funding came from country and town councils. So, money came from councils. Question number 7. Answer is B. Now, do one thing. Cross 7. Only you will cross number 7. Because you're not going to read it again. Don't cross all the option. Just cross number 7. Okay, now we read on the same paragraph. While almost, I'm reading paragraph B, second line. While almost a third of it was raised through crowdfunding, maintenance of the path is the responsibility of the country council. The cycle path was completed ahead of schedule. Ahead of schedule means before time, ahead of schedule. Partly thanks to perfect weather. What was the reason? Perfect weather for construction and under budget. Under budget and perfect weather, these are 2 reasons. Which question? Reason why the path opened early. And what are those reasons? Reason number 1, perfect weather, and reason number 2, under budget. So for question number 3, reason why path opened early, answer is B, and cross number 3 also. Clear? Now you will not read number 3 again. So far so good? Clear to everyone? Okay. Let's go on. Paragraph C. Any newcomer is the chief executive of Cycle Authority, the organization that aims to get people cycling more often and more safely. Okay. Cycle Authority proposed the 12 kilometers long cycle path initially. Initially means it was the idea of Cycle Authority proposed. Proposed means it was their suggestion. So do we have any option with suggestion? Question number 2. Original suggestion for creating the path. Now tell me, what is the word for original in the passage? What is the word for original? Initially. Right? For example, I initially came up with this idea. So originally it was my idea. For paragraph C, question number 2 is the right answer. And you've noticed one thing. One paragraph contains 2 questions. Now, will we cross question number 2 also? What are we left with? What about 1? 1, 4 and 6. Okay, now let's go back. Now we move on to paragraph D for doctor. Marshbrook Country Park is very popular recreational area, and the new path makes it easier to reach from the town in an environmentally friendly way. At 2.5 meters wide, now this is the width of it, it's not the length of it, so don't confuse yourselves. 2.5 meters wide, it is also suitable for users of wheelchairs, mobility scooters and buggies who have not previously had access. Now let's come back. 4. People who no longer need to get to the park by car. And who are these people? Come back. These people are users of wheelchairs, mobility scooters, okay, and buggies. So now even these people can go there. So for paragraph D, question number 4 is the right answer. And take a look at 1 and 6 as well. Now please cross 4. What are we left with? 1 and 6. And now at this point you can do one thing. Instead of skimming through the paragraph, you can read the question. Question number 1, what is it? What still needs to be done? Question number 6, length of the path. Paragraph E, please. Although, sorry, we missed one thing. Can't you guys see paragraph C contains 12 kilometers? Yeah, it's there. So please, question number 6. Length of park. Length of park is 12 kilometers long cycle path initially. So for paragraph C, we have question number 6. 6 and C. So please cross question number 6 also. Clear? Alright. Now what are we left with? One question and how many paragraphs? What does it mean? It means one paragraph is empty. Okay, and what is the question? What still needs to be done? Now just scan it. Paragraph E. Although the path is now open, work is continuing to improve the signs along it, such as warning when the path approaches a road. So what still needs to be done? Signs. And what are those signs along it, such as warning when the path approaches a road? So what still needs to be done is the signs. So for question number 1, answer is E. And do we need to read paragraph F? Why not? Because we have answered all the questions. Clear? Good.